Well, hello everyone and welcome to the final day of Safari Rally Kenya. Well, do you know what? It's a proper day. Well, proper. 65 kilometres. We've seen a lot worse, haven't we? And 5 stages. Thank goodness there wasn't so much overnight rain, but a little bit of dew will help our drivers who are first on the road this morning. And in some sections still a little bit damp from yesterday as well. And again, that should help a touch. But I think this road, remember it was run as stage 2 on Thursday evening. So it should have been reasonably well swept. But still maybe a little bit of road position advantage. Now, Josh McAlane, let's go have a word with him. Josh, what a day yesterday was. You'll remember that one for a long time. You know, second quickest in, I think it was stage 15, and just battling all through the day.
Yeah, it was a pretty up and down day, but it was nice to get through. No major, let's say, DNF or anything like that. So it was a shame about the morning with the steering arm, because I think we could have been in a good position going into the day. But another day at Safari, another new challenge, but there's still plenty to go.
What are you going for today then?
Yeah, we want to still show some good pace. There's 2 good stages today. I probably want 2 of the best of the rally, so we need to have fun and enjoy it and end it on a good note.
You're doing a great job. Good luck out there. There we are, Josh McAlane. Always great to catch up with him. Jordan Serdaridis, we saw him earlier on warming up. He's ready for the day. Let's go and have a word with Freddie McClocks. Come this way. Freddie, good morning to you. We are live. Tell me about this morning's stages and today's stages. What can we expect? Quite different from yesterday.
Yeah, it's still 65 km to go, so quite long. But okay, first one will be quite tricky because you feel the grass is still wet, and so it's full of grass here. So you have to be watch out for that, because with the braking will be quite interesting.
It was good fun yesterday, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was proper safari. It was a complete different day, and yeah, we really enjoyed it. It was really rough and hard, but that's what we wanted.
You're doing a great job. Good luck for the last 5 stages. There we are, Jordan and Freddie. Who was that went in? Yeah, that was Adrien Fourmeau who went into the stage there. Fourmeau first on the road after, well, we'll call it a strategic retirement yesterday, because that's what it was. Clearly he it gave him more time to study the videos. It gave, well, the opportunity was there then clearly to work a little bit more maybe on preparation. And the biggest advantage was they didn't take any risks with the car. That car is absolutely ready to face the final day and to make a proper challenge for maximum Sunday points, maximum power stage points. I don't think it's going to be easy. I think first on the roads will be challenging for him, but he's given himself the best possible opportunity to pick up a few extra points today. Who is that? That is Gregoire Munster. Another stage win yesterday. He had a really, really good day, moving himself back into 7th place at the end of the day. Shall we wander down and have a little word with Gregoire? Come this way. And what do you think of my hat, folks? What do you think? I left my cap, so I've stolen the cameraman's hats. I'm not sure about it, I'm really not, but we'll go with it. Let us know in the comments below your questions as well. If you have any questions for us, pop them in the comments and we will do our best to answer them. So, Gregoire Munster, Louis Lauka. Having a look around. You know, we did see some punctures yesterday, but no complaints about these tyres. You expect punctures. Rallies like this one, rallies like the Acropolis, you're always going to pick up punctures, but you know, the guys were, I think, reasonably happy with the way that the tyres worked yesterday. Don't forget, it's the first proper test of these tyres on gravel. And I've not really heard much in the way of complaints about the tyres, and that's really positive, really encouraging for the Hankook team. You know, they've gone on the safe side, there's no question about that. They've gone with a harder compound that gives them a bit more durability, maybe a touch less performance. But at the end of the day, that doesn't matter. It's fractional, absolutely marginal, the loss of performance. The important thing is that we're not getting unexplained punctures. You know, I think the majority of punctures and the majority of issues we saw yesterday and the day before were perfectly explainable by big rocks or big ruts in the roads. And let's go have a word with these two. They had a really strong day yesterday. Greg, yesterday was a fantastic day for you. You moved up the leaderboards, you won that stage. you know, how satisfying is a day like yesterday for you as a young driver developing?
Yeah, one side it's fantastic because we had, like you said, that stage win, and we catch a couple of positions. On the other hand, we had 3 punctures, so yeah, you know, it can always go better, but at the end it's a Safari rally, and an eventful situation like this is normal here.
And you're looking forward to today. It's a shortish day, but still a challenging day. Different sorts of stages perhaps today?
Yeah, I would say we are more in the field with a bit of dampness in the morning, so it can be quite slippery. And then the Hell's Gate is more sandy, completely different and quite fast.
Looking forward to seeing the sun again as well.
Yeah, exactly.
There we go. Well done yesterday. It was a great ride yesterday. I'm really not sure about this hat. I'm really not. What do you think of my hat? I'm not sure about it. What?
If it wasn't bent that way on the side, it would be fine. It's already better now.
Is that better? There we go. Elliot, the cameraman's not sure. Louis? Louis, what do you think of the hat? I left my cap behind and I've stolen this from the cameraman.
Suits you really well. You should wear that all the season
Do
long.
you think it suits me?
Yeah.
Does it go well with the white glasses?
Maybe you wear black and white stuff.
There we go. It took me a long time to actually discover that. Look at this here. Is that the stage? Yeah. That's the stage. Goodness me. I thought it was maybe tyre warming. That caught me by surprise. That is our first car into the stage, Adrian Formeau, just the other side of where we're all sitting waiting here. Okay, let's wander.
Wants to say something.
You know what? Look at this. Elliot, just have a look across here, across into this beautiful scenery. How nice is it that we can go live anywhere? Doesn't matter where we are on the Safari Rally, doesn't matter whether you're on the high plains, whether we're up in the mountains, or whether we're out in the savannah like this. We can go live anywhere, and that is so nice. I'm enjoying it. What I'm enjoying as well is your comments. Get them in. Questions and comments. Now, Sami Päiri, another young driver who had a strong day yesterday. Päiri was good out there. Marco Salmonen as well. Marco, have you done the Safari before, or is this you've been here before, haven't you?
No, I have been here before as a Meteo guy, but first time competing.
Wow. A particular challenge for you? Have you enjoyed the challenge?
Of course, this is so unique event.
Very good. And a big day tomorrow. Your boy did well yesterday. You must be really pleased with him.
Yeah, we did steady day yesterday and no any drama, so that's how it was really good, and how the weather was. It was good experience.
That's how you get a good result here, just no dramas. And yeah, there was dramatic weather yesterday, but young Sami in the car was completely in control, and it was impressive. What does this say on the side of your car, Sami? Do you know what that sponsor is?
I believe it's some springs for the road cars.
Very good. Have you got a Yaris road car? Have you got a GR Yaris? What did you drive back home?
I have a RAV4.
Ooh.
Yeah,
I've got a RAV4 as well.
Yeah, I think I had the chance for Yaris, but actually when I drive so much, the sportiness in the daily drive is maybe not so.
And you've got a dog, and the Yaris is better for the dog.
Don't got a dog. It's not my dog.
Whose dog is it? Whose dog is it that you keep taking pictures with? Is it a dog you borrow, that you babysit? Whose dog is it?
Actually, there is 3 of them, and they are just my friends. But yeah, fair to say I spend quite much time with them, so the dogs are also around.
You're a bit of a dog man. I love dogs. We had 7 at one point. We've only got 3 now, or have we got 4? I can't remember. Sami, you had a great day yesterday. Really, I said the same thing to Gregor. When you're a young driver finding your way, days like yesterday are so important. So important to get through, to experience, and to come out feeling, yeah, I did a good job in there.
Yeah, exactly. Still very, very nice without any mistakes, basically. So quite fine.
This is a short wee stage. How tricky is it?
Can be tricky, of course, but maybe one of the nicest, I think. The surface here is more flat maybe than the others.
Well, we'll leave you to it. You've got work to do. Best of luck, boys. Really strong event. Yeah, no one's mate. Okay. Zero car. Oops, watch out. Watch out. He looks very muddy. I wonder whether he's just not bothered cleaning his car since last night. There's Kalle Rovanperä. What a difficult day Rovanperä had. He's going a little bit further up before he stops. That's unfortunate. And that's unlike Rovanperä. That's really unlike Rovanperä. Sebastian Loeb always did it. He would always find somewhere quiet on his own. What is that? Am I being a little bit? Did he go a long way? He didn't go a long way. He went a little way, but he's gone a long way up without stopping. Am I reading too much into that, Elliot?
Maybe.
Probably.
Do you reckon for the dust?
The dust, it could be an issue, and it's early morning quite clearly. There's very little breeze. The air is heavy. It's holding that dust in under the trees. A lot of the stage is under the trees. I don't think it's going to be an issue. I really don't think it's going to be an issue in there. It's not going to be an issue. It's not going to be an issue in there, I don't think, the dust, but we'll wait and we'll see whether it builds. What was an issue yesterday was the fog. Really foggy yesterday. So, Takamoto, Aaron Johnson. It's been a real battling performance from Taka-san. It really has this weekend. Been right there or thereabouts. Yesterday, I think he had 3 punctures, Taka-san, and that really did drop him back a fair bit yesterday. Yeah, they are quite dirty, the cars. They're normally a bit cleaner than this, aren't they? But they were absolutely filthy. These will have had a good go under the jet wash yesterday, and they're still dirty. You could not tell the Toyotas apart yesterday. They were just brown mud, from front to rear, and it was just unbelievable as they splashed through those mud holes yesterday morning or yesterday afternoon. Okay, we'll grab a word in a second. Let's go and see if we can grab a word with Aaron Johnson in a second. Taka-san is a man who loves routine. He looks a little bit, I wouldn't say flustered, but you can tell he's moving around quite quickly. I'm not sure we're going to bother him. In fact, we're not. He's been ill. It's a short road section. Not a lot of time before they go in the next stage. There's our favourite Irish co-driver, Aaron Johnson. Work to do, always work to do, Aaron. We'll grab a quick word once he finishes doing that. Checking the time. It is short. It's probably the shortest liaison, one of the shortest liaisons that we have in the rally. Certainly the shortest run to the opening stage. Little bit of tape there, just, yeah. What is that? What's that tape going there for? Yeah, there's just a little bit of seal there that's coming loose, or something that's coming loose. Taka-san just taping it back up. Now, questions. We do love questions from Shinjuku. I think I've been to Shinjuku in Tokyo. Good morning. Are you guys sleepy now? Yeah, we are. But a question for you. Are you sleepy, Elliot, our cameraman? You're the man that never sleeps.
Hang on, I can't actually hear myself. Let's move away a bit.
Yeah, I didn't hear that. As you can tell, there are cars. Yeah, listen, in the rally, you feel sleepy, don't you, in rallies, but the adrenaline keeps you going.
Yeah, we got about a good 4 hours yesterday. I think Thursday night was 3 hours, so it's not been bad. Can't complain. Look out!
My words. So it's in and it's out here. That is Adrian Formeau having completed the stage. Yeah, look how muddy it is. Look how muddy it is. So, what does that tell us? Thank you. What does that tell us? It tells us that it still is damp in there. It probably will clean. If there are muddy spots, the mud is dissipated. It's moved away by the first few cars through. I think this one will have been a very difficult one for Adrian Formeau. There's Thierry Neuville. Taka-san, good luck. Gambate. Yeah, just wishing him the best and hoping that he's feeling better. Now, these two have been a little bit ill. More than a little bit ill, I'd have to say. Very ill not last night, night before last. But Neuville did a super job yesterday. Do you know what? At the end of Friday, if you'd said we'd have 2 Hyundais in the top 3, I don't think many people would have believed you. They did a great job out there yesterday, particularly considering that Thierry and Martin were very, very unwell. Right. So our WRC telly cameraman taking a little tumble there, but he's all right. That's the main thing. That's the main thing. Look at this. As I said, the cars were absolutely filthy when they came back last night. And it is important to clean these side windows. We see it quite often, particularly in the mud yesterday. The drivers were quite often looking quite literally out the side windows. The cars were going sideways. Okay, the steering wheel was still there. Or was it there they were looking? I don't know. One side or the other, I don't know. But you know what I mean.
Nice hat.
Huh?
Nice hat.
Thanks, mate. I'm going to ask Martin. Martin, you're a man that's got a feel for a good hat. What do you think of mine? That says it all. Good luck today. How are you feeling? Feeling better?
Yeah, a little better.
That's good to hear. Best of luck, my friends. Best of luck. It is.
I like it.
Oh, now we need to be careful here. We need to be really careful. Cars coming from both ways, in and out. We'll see if we can get Thierry's busy. They're all busy this morning. Short liaison out of service and short time. Yeah, we'll leave him to it. Cleaning the windscreens. Thierry, feeling any better this morning? Oops, he's gone in the car. Sorry, Martin, sorry. Oh, that's good. Oh, what's your co-driver? Oh, he's still coughing and spluttering. We'll grab a quick word with Thierry in just a minute or two. You guys did a great job yesterday. I don't think anyone would have betted on 2 Hyundais in the top 3. Great job. Great job. Watch out, cars coming. Yeah, we do need to be a little bit careful here. Cars coming rapidly, backwards and forwards. Okay, any more questions? Get them into the comments. I'm liking questions. Let me check. I'm going to check. Here we go. Oh, they're coming in. From Cornhead X. How's the temperature out there? Yeah, well, when we arrived, it was an absolutely stunning morning. There was a little bit of low mist. The sun was just coming up, and it was chilly. It was chilly. It's why I've got my fleece on this morning. It was about 12, 13 degrees. It will pick up rapidly as that sun comes over the horizon. We're expecting 25, 26 degrees today, so no rain in the forecast. It can rain at any time here. Your rainstorms bubble up and they just appear out of nowhere, but the forecast is for more rain. Just a very quick one, Thierry. How are you feeling? You feeling better?
Yeah.
What an effort from Hyundai yesterday. 2 cars in the top 3. No one predicted that.
That's probably right.
65 to go. Keep it together. Keep it together. Feeling better, which is encouraging. Did you actually sleep last night, Thierry? Few hours. Good man. Good man. That's important. That's very important. It's very important. Oi, Tanak. Whoa. Yeah, do you know what? If he finishes second, I think he'll be pretty happy with that, considering just how it's been here, just how difficult it's been. Amy Pyre throwing up the dust. Martin just watching there. That's quite a tight little sequence, that, isn't it? Wow. Looking absolutely wonderful. Very early on in the stage, that. Just getting a bit of heat. That sun now beginning to come up. You're talking about the temperature. Instantly, you can feel a temperature hit as the sun hits your back. I wonder whether these are fresh. Do you think they're new race suits? Because they got absolutely soaked yesterday. They look kind of new, don't they? Certainly freshly laundered. What do you think, Elliot?
I wonder how many they have on rotation for a rally.
That's a really good question. I would guess 1 a day. I would guess 1 a day in case, with maybe 1 spare. So maybe 4 or 5 race suits. I'm going to ask Martin when he's got a second. He is a bit busy, so maybe I won't ask him. Have we got another question? From Casper Rodriguez, are they repairing the cars? Well, not really. I mean, sometimes we do see, remember they've got a service at the end of the day, so they had a service at the end of yesterday. If things get really busy in the service, sometimes jobs get prioritised, and when a job's prioritised, you know, it might be something, we've seen it before, we've seen on the road sections, settings are being changed before the opening stage, and you think, well, why didn't they do that in service? Sometimes in service, it is just prioritise the jobs that are most important. But generally, before the first stage, it really is just a matter of cleaning windscreens, maybe going through some reminders in your notes, and getting into your routine. We do see some drivers on long road sections, they'll put the rear tyres on the front tyres on the rear, just to get a bit of heat into those rear tyres, and then they'll swap them over, obviously, at the start of the stage. So not generally working on the car at this point, generally just going through their routines, going through their last minute checks, making sure all of them, you'll have noticed, the windscreen, so important vision. And last night, as I say, these cars, you could not tell whose was whose. They were just covered in mud, so maybe the side windows needing a little bit of extra work this morning. Martin, just a very quick question that's come in from one of our listeners. How many race suits would you guys bring to an event? How many different suits would you bring?
I don't know exactly, but I believe one for every day.
One for every day, that's what we guessed, thank you. One for every day. That would make a lot of sense, wouldn't it? The reason I was asking was they got filthy yesterday. They got filthy, they got soaking wet. Remember we saw was it Oit and Martin, or was it Thierry and Martin? It was Thierry and Martin in the Sleeping Warrior stage, and Martin had rigged together a little kind of cleaning device to clean the mist off the front windscreen. Part of the reason the windscreen basically fogged up the way it did was because they were saturated when they got into the stage before the start. They were doing their preparations outside of the car, and they got absolutely drenched. Wet overalls into a hot car. What happens? You know, you create that steam on the windscreen. Look at that. That's beautiful. That's Africa. We are so fortunate that we can go live anywhere with this kit. It's beautiful. Jordan, quickly, quite a bit of dust in there. How was things?
Not so dust.
Okay.
We had two issues. First of all, it's extremely damp on the grass, so we took it easy. Second point is, as you see, the sun. We got the sun in the front, and we lost, I think, 5 seconds with the sun.
But you've survived. 4 more to go.
Yeah, 4 more to go, not 2.
Well done, Jordan. That's a very good point. We talked about that. Look, we're seeing dust here, but that's the start of the stage. As they head into the plains here, there are some wet patches, some damp patches, and you know, what do you do if there's mud holes? You try to go onto the grass to try and find a little more grip, but that grass can also be very slippery. But as Jordan said, that low sun causing him a few issues in there. Let's see how our other top drivers cope with those conditions as we head back. Thierry Neuville. Yeah, we saw that misting on the windscreen. You know, sometimes water just leaks into these cars, and that's what causes the windscreens to mist up. But yesterday it was a combination of water leaking into the cars. There was so much standing water, and the fact that the drivers were completely saturated. A number of them. None of them had overalls yesterday. Quite often we see them carrying almost little ponchos. You know, those almost little disposable rain macs that you can get. Quite often they'll be carrying those. None of them had them yesterday. So they're all out in their overalls in the absolute pouring rain. Now, here's our man. Here's our man. He had a little scare at the end of yesterday, but Elfyn Evans and Scott Martin have been imperious this weekend. They really have. Whereas others have picked up punctures, suspension damage, Elfyn has found that perfect balance out there between preservation and pace. Preservation, pace and perseverance. Why do I say perseverance? Because you have to stick at it. You have to be, we could put a 4th P in there, you have to be patient as well in these conditions in this rally, and Evans has mastered it. It is quite some effort. So his lead is just under 2 minutes with 65 to go. He has never won 2 rallies in a row in his career. I think there is no question he's at the peak of his form right now, Elfyn Evans. It's just, you know, this kind of form brings confidence. It brings confidence, and you can almost see a renewed confidence. He's not a driver who's ever lacked confidence. They're just doing a couple of last-minute checks. Just a couple of last-minute checks. No, I think there's something. I think maybe there's a little something in the car that they're just checking that it's probably plugged in properly or something like that. We saw Takusan looking at some wires. Maybe their tracker wasn't quite what, I don't know, but they were just having a little look. Yeah, you know, the confidence, you can see it in Elvin Evans just now. He does know that he can win just about anything out here. Okay, a couple more questions from James Ty. Predictions for the winner of the first stage? Evans or Tanak? I'm going to go with Tanak because I don't think Evans is going to push that hard, and I think Tanak is desperate for Sunday points to bolster his championship challenge this year. So yeah, I think Tanak could be quickest in here. Adam Thompson, good evening. Good evening, Adam, from the middle of the US. Will today be less chaotic? Well, I bloomin' hope so. I really hope so. It was absolute, well, it was just madness out there yesterday. It was fun though. It was a lot of fun, Adam. Yeah, it will be less chaotic. We won't have that weather we had yesterday. We're expecting a fine day in terms of weather out there today. Keep those coming in, folks. Aaron, what's the rule on corner cutting on the grass? You've seen a few drivers getting off track. Yeah, you know, the normal rule is 2 wheels off the roads, 2 wheels off the track, not here. There's an awful lot more leniency given here for picking your own line. And on Thursday evening on this stage, we saw a tremendous variety of lines being taken. The gamble with being first to take a particular line is you don't know what's in the grass. There can be rocks, there can be bedrock, there can be all sorts in there. But if someone's been through successfully before you, and there's a cut and there's a line, and you think it's quicker, take it. Take it. There's Scotty Martin. You know, these two are working so well right now. So well. You know, it's not... We talked to George and we talked to various people before the rally, and they said you need a bit of luck to win this one. These guys have created their own luck this weekend. If there is, maybe the luck was yesterday when they had that small incident in the final stage, but they've hardly put a wheel wrong, and they deserve the lead that they have. You can tell it's a little more frantic here this morning than it is sometimes. You know, the longer the run out to the opening stage of the morning, the more time they have. That's just the way it works with the allocated times. But this morning, a really short run, I think it's about 14 Ks from service to here. So a short run, so not much time to sort the cars out. Now, another question. I do love these questions. Do keep them coming into the comments section. What did we have for breakfast? Tell you what, we're staying at the Marinja Guest House in Naivasha. I would recommend, if anyone gets the chance to come out to Kenya, I know it can be quite an expensive trip out here, but it's a very special place to visit. If you do get the chance to come out here, the Marinja Guest House in Naivasha, and Mr. P, who runs that place, looks after us, and it is the most warmly welcoming place that I go to all year. And they get up whatever time of the morning and make us breakfast. Avocado on toast with eggs, followed by a bowl of porridge, 2 cups of coffee and some fruits. That's what I had for breakfast this morning. It sounds like a lot, but it'll keep me going until dinner time. Gus Greensmith, goodness me, what an event you're having again. But yeah, you are live. You're live, by the way. We're live on our channels. Gus, what an event you're having. You don't really want to go into this final day. You want to go in with a lead, but it's a slender lead. You're going to have to fight for it this morning.
Yeah, yesterday was very tough. 2 punctures cost quite a lot of time, and then in the afternoon the conditions were atrocious. But yeah, got back in the lead on the last stage, and yeah, a nice battle for the last 5 stages.
They were atrocious, but not many rally drivers get to experience full safari conditions. I mean, was it in some ways quite enjoyable? You're splashing through the mud, picking your lines, going sideways. Was it in some ways a little enjoyable?
Aye, of course it's enjoyable, but when you're in the middle of the fight, you try not to make a mistake, and all of a sudden you're pointing at 90 degrees going the wrong way. Yeah. It's like, oh, wait, maybe not.
So what's the plan today? Is the plan just to maintain that rhythm that you've found so far and see where it sits?
To find a rhythm all weekend. It's not had a rhythm that I had last year, so if I could find it today, that'd be very helpful.
Best of luck, mate. Best.
Thank you.
And how are they're not Texan? What did you send me that picture of the Texas balls?
Yeah.
Have a look. Google them, Texas balls. That's Gus Greensmith's latest passion, gardening. I am coming to see your garden at some point. Texas balls and twisted acers. Robin Perez through. Still some mud, considerably less mud than there was on Foremost cars. So there we are, folks. That's all our top cars into the stage. It has been quite a busy little section, this, hasn't it? A busy little section. This stage and 4 more to go. We don't have to wait long to see who is going to come out on top in this year's Safari Rally Kenya. Folks, thanks for joining us on our live feed this morning. It's been great having you along.